with all our plans, which we talked
Good.
about. How is life at your end?
Yes, very good. Yes, all my family are well. The boys are very well and happy and healthy. Obviously, we're living in very sad times at the moment with COVID. I can't say that our government anyway is handling it particularly well. They're not doing badly. I mean, there's no manual for this kind of thing, but they've been very slow to react.
Exactly.
So sadly, we've lost people we shouldn't have lost. And I think America's even worse, but we won't go there.
Exactly. And I think what we have planned to do is basically COVID-19 has, given us an opportunity to develop really innovative solutions. And one of the things which we are working on now, basically, it's a global project. And, one of the root cause of, COVID-19 is the families which are living in, dump sites, homeless, and it is globally everywhere. London has a similar problem, New York has a similar problem. So all the big cities are facing this problem. And unless we really clean them up,
got to be cleaned
our
up,
environment clean and clean them up, it is very difficult.
That's my dog in the background. Quiet. Somebody's just delivered a newspaper, so that's
no problem. No problem.
But yeah, I know. I got into it, when was it, 3-4 years ago, about these pod homes that can be, these homes that could be assembled by a 10-year-old child, right. and in half an hour, and they're made of these the boarding, what's it called, sit boarding, it doesn't let heat in, doesn't let cold out, in and out sort of thing. They're amazing and very cheap to produce.
Exactly. So these are the technologies. Now we are integrating all of them. Yeah. Because now the commercial angle is out of it. Okay.
Right.
And what we are doing is this, since we are setting up the SAMS Energyme University campuses, so it's basically a campus environment. Okay.
Yeah.
And all the technologies which are available out there can be demonstrated. Yeah. Because we want to provide home to homeless. So instead of those technologies sitting idle, in somebody's mind or in the warehouses, they can all come on ground in Saskatchewan, because we have selected Saskatchewan as one of the provinces, which is the least populated province in Canada. Okay. Right. Okay. And similarly, those kind of areas are available in UK also, where people don't go and live there. They are farms, they are remote areas. Okay. And we need to move the population, basically, COVID-19 positive families into those remote areas. So they are out of the, dense population, enjoying a nice, clean life, and then recover, and then, go back, donate the plasma, and everybody show it to the urban people that what kind of beautiful life is available out there. So the idea now is to demonstrate. Okay. Yeah. And since the problem is urgent, so now everybody is taking it like an urgent matter. And we are actually now trying to do this on the war footings. Okay. United Nations is involved. All the people, all the agencies of the world which are involved in the homeless, problems, solving the homeless problems, I'm asking everybody to collaborate. So the idea is very simple now, okay? And I've just, presented a WhatsApp summary of the program in my October message. So idea is this, that all professionals, architects, engineers, everyone, and from Asia and from developing countries, they can all get assembled in these remote areas. And currently Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan in Canada, cold weather, so COVID-19 will not bother them in cold weather, So it's a perfect kind of an environment, and the least population density backward province of Canada can come up. And Canadian Prime Minister is a wonderful person, with a very, very bold and a good heart.
I've heard they're very
accommodating all refugees. he can accommodate all homeless, there is no issue because he has been doing it, So we have to just now assemble under his leadership and say, okay, Canada is doing it and everybody should be duplicating Canada's model.
Yeah.
So that is a whole plan. That is a whole, like you mentioned, that a child can assemble a house, right? So now what we are doing is this.
What we are doing. I went to a factory here in the UK and saw them producing these boards and the laser cutting them to within
right, exactly.
And the window just fits.
Exactly.
There's no trimming. The window just goes straight in.
Amazing. That's it. That's it. So that is a technology which is available, right? Those technologies are available. So now what we do is we transform those technologies into climate smart technologies. Okay. So all the processing method, all the things are climate smart. It doesn't hurt the environment. So that is our strength. We are transforming everything into climate smart. And Dr. Paul Olivier has this magic in his hands that any waste he touches converts into gold. All right. So that is his magic. Okay. He gets it into value, So that's a beautiful, thing. I have integrated the world's best innovators together in Vietnam. So Ken Telford, is constructing 5G proof houses. Okay. Based on the components.
Schools as well.
Exactly. Exactly. So based on the component which you have just described, Ken has developed this technology of making those components from agriculture and plastic waste, which is available in abundance, right? Everywhere.
Everywhere
it is there, right?
Mainly in our oceans, unfortunately.
Right, exactly. So we are getting all of it out of the ocean, out of the dump sites, transforming that into homes, and then everybody is living clean, total quality life. That's a whole plan. Okay, so we are ready to move forward. And now, basically our driving force has become like this, okay? We have started off this transactions of bullion, right? And all the things which has been happening in Hong Kong, bullion and stuff like that, which we have been working on, right? So now the blessing happened like this, that one of our, fellow gold broker, Amanda from Brazil, he introduced me to a very old friend, Robert Cohen. You know him, right?
I know of Robert Cohen.
Robert Cohen is known to everybody, right? Okay.
Yes, his reputation is great, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So what happened was, he's in UK, right? So what happened was that she scheduled the meeting with Robert Cohen, and I explained him our proposal. Okay, this is what I'm planning to do. Gold will remain there. Okay.
Yeah.
It will remain there. And I think Jazz is here. So I'm going to add him, add him here.
Cool.
So gold will remain there in the warehouse in metal ore. Okay. They are using metal ore as a refinery. And we will simply do ledger to ledger transaction.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Easy.
Exactly. It's very easy, right? I mean, after the money gets transferred into your account, the seller's account, the gold will stay there. Because since we are selling blockchain gold, only ownerships will be transferred.
Okay.
The gold doesn't have to be physically moved. 100% secure. And now what we are doing is this. I have sold, to one of the very large buyers, and those buyers, Aurora Resources, DMCC. I have signed a 5,300 metric ton contract.
Right. Okay.
And now the process has been simplified that, okay, it will always be ledger to ledger metal ore.
Right. Yeah.
Because Aurora has an account in metal ore. Okay. The gold gets into metal ore, just confirms that this quantity and quality of the gold is available in metal ore, and as based on the metal ore's assay report, the payment will happen ledger to ledger.
Yeah.
It's a one-step process.
Very easy. Very
easy to transact, So now, for instance, I have signed the long-term contract with Robert, okay? I mean, he says all the gold which is available with me, you are the first priority buyer. And now his requirement always has been 200 metric tons. right? That you show me the money of 200 metric ton. I will transfer the gold into metal ore and we do finish. The ledger to ledger transaction happens. Now the beautiful part.
Is this Robert Cohen?
That's you, Jazz.
Hello, Jazz. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Pretty good. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, were you talking about Robert Cohen?
Yeah. We were talking about Robert Cohen and the kind of offer he has made, you know, about that 200 metric ton minimum order quantity, which he has been trying to sell that, you know, for, I think, quite a long time. And
a long time. Yes.
You probably, everybody knows him, right, Jazz?
Yes,
So,
we know him. Yes.
He's a famous man, you know.
Yes, he is.
Infamous, I think, would be a better word.
Well, infamous is a one. Actually, his name, I tell you a nice story, okay? His name appeared in one of the scammers list.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, really? Wow.
It appeared, okay? And one of my, you know, friend in South America, he sent me a list of all the gold scammers, okay? And his name appeared on number 15 or 16th, okay? Among the scammers list. So I told, you know, I was discussing that with Guillermo, and I told him that, you know, his name should be on the top. Why? No, I told him why. Because, you know, 99% of the people who are in gold business do not like Robert Cohen.
No.
Yes.
They don't like them, okay? So he's not a scammer, but people don't like his procedures. He says, we don't even, you know, talk to people who doesn't have money for 200 metric tons. So 99% of the people are out. Okay, they don't have the money for 200 metric ton to show.
You say that, Muffadel. I mean, I've recently received an FCO from Robert. It was probably one of the best written contracts I have seen.
I know that. It's a fantastic, you know, document.
But,
he has shared all of it. No, he has shared all of it with me. And he has mentioned that to me, Mufaddal, you just start with 200 metric ton, get me the money from wherever you can, okay, with all your contacts, show and put the money in HSBC London, just the money, okay? Money doesn't have to move from there. You show me the money, I will transfer the gold to metal ore, and, you know, your buyer is ready to sell, you know, buy it in ledger to ledger in metal ore, and the contract is done. Next week, the money gets out. I don't care. Okay. Because the transaction is finished. So it's such a simple process.
Yeah. So I missed your introduction to begin with. So are you a buyer yourself, or?
My company is the buyer, basically. And SAMS TQLMA Global basically is operating about, now it is, say, previously I was operating $2 trillion a year of halal food business. Okay.
Yes.
I'm a climate smart agriculture expert. I'm a chemical engineer. I'm a food scientist. And now our mission is to transform all the facilities, specifically gold mines, into climate smart facilities. So I'm working with African gold mines also, and, you know, trying to improve the quality of life of farmers and miners. You know, those are the people who are
where
living.
Are you based?
I'm based in Karachi, Pakistan. Okay, $1 million a day city. Okay.
Yes.
And everybody asks me, no, because I know I have actually, you know, made an open challenge to everybody that, okay, name a city where I can make more money than $1 million a day, and I will relocate. So until now, I haven't found a city. Okay. So, you know, the concept is very simple. Okay. Why Karachi is $1 million a day city? Because Karachi, we sell 10 million liters of milk every day. Okay, 10 million liters of milk every day.
Milk is a huge business.
Huge business. Okay, so 10 million liters of milk today is causing cancer. Okay, so now I said, okay, I am the only person who can sell cancer-free milk, and maybe with my with my technology, I can sell it at 10% lower price. So the market is mine. I don't need to do any marketing. Okay. So now we are building these Wheel of Life farm schools in 472 dump sites of Pakistan. Okay. Because we have a technology of converting dump into value. All right. We make houses, you know, which are 5G proof from waste, agriculture waste, plastic waste, everything like that. And like I was mentioning to Greg, that one of my inventors, you know, Dr. Paul Olivier, when he touches a waste, it converts into gold, you know. So, so that is a magic, you know. So
well,
now,
and is your company able to provide a POF?
Yeah, actually what is happening is this, okay. Let's say I am, you know, actually following the procedure of Robert Cohen. And if that procedure, okay, like for instance, the only problem with Robert Cohen's procedure is that he doesn't want to transact below 200 metric ton. Okay. He has got maybe lots of gold. He says 75,000 metric ton gold is available for you. Okay, because you are doing such a huge project. And he said, but the requirement, his requirement is 200 metric ton, right? So now I have found some other people, okay? And the other people from, say, Thailand and, you know, some of the professionals, you know, whom I work with. And they told me that, okay, they know the, you know, owner of the gold in Hong Kong and Thailand. Huge quantities of gold are available and we can get better discount than Robert Cohen. So why don't you work with me, and your requirement of 200 metric ton can be relaxed also. So you can start with 7 metric ton, you know, to conclude to start the transaction. And then, you know, we can move forward after that, you know, once everybody feels comfortable.
And are you able to do, and what are you able to provide a proof of fund for?
That's what I'm saying
today.
What is happening is this, okay, I will share, and Greg knows, you know, my biggest buyer, couple of big buyers I have, you know, one in Switzerland, who does ledger to ledger in UBS, okay, willing to buy any quantity of gold, but his discounts are...
But that's a Swiss procedure, right?
It's a Swiss procedure, right?
And that's a consortium, right?
Yeah, it's a consortium.
Yeah, so
they buy.
So we are mandated to the consortium.
Right. So, I mean, actually, you know, I mean, and the person who represents that consortium is a good friend of mine in, you know, based in Hamburg. Okay. Everybody knows him also, Bullion 99 gentleman. All right. And I know I know the owners of the consortium also directly, but actually I'm not really interested in selling it to them, because now previously I signed a contract of selling it to him at 5% net, but now his demand has increased and he says, Mufaddal, I'm already buying things at 7% net in Hong Kong, and all that Hong Kong gold, which is exportable to Switzerland, it's my simple procedure, you know. You transfer the gold, you know, via Loomis into the secure warehouse in your account. We do that, you know, assay on the gold, and immediately in 2 hours, the transaction is finished. Okay. It's like a payment is 2 hour, very fast, swift payment. All right. So you know the process, right?
Mandated to the consortium.
So that is one of the buyers actually, but the demand is 7% net. So I need to get better than 7% net in order to contact them. But now I have got another buyer. I've already signed a contract of 5,300 metric ton with them. They are very huge buyer based in USA and UAE.
So with the consortium, if you can do a CIF, okay, pure CIF into Zurich,
right,
we can do at -5 net.
The problem is that, okay, they are not interested in -5 anymore.
No, that's not a problem. No, I'm telling you, it's fine. We can do
they want 7% net, and if we can make some money.
No.
Are you talking about Jens Krebs?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
different.
No. He's different. He's not the consortium. He's 99 Bullion.
Yeah, 99 Bullion, but he's representing that consortium. I know the end buyer.
He is representing you. I do know Jens, but Jens doesn't have the relationship we have. We have done deals with the consortium.
Okay.
We are specifically mandated to the consortium.
Okay.
And I work personally with Rudolph, right?
Okay.
So with Mr. Schneider. If you can do a pure CIF, 100% CIF into Zurich, then -5 net, we can move forward.
We can move forward, right? Perfect. So now That is exactly what I have signed the contract initially. And so that was changed to -7, some times ago. Nobody likes Robert
No,
Cohen's
it's
procedure.
fine. I can do it for -5.
So
We will
5%
do
net is good,
-5 for the first
right? Okay.
first 200. We can do -5. If that works, then
Okay.
we can perhaps renegotiate. But
Okay.
let's do the first 200 at -5. But it
Okay.
has to be 100% CIF into Zurich.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, what we can, the other option we have is this, okay? I have got two options now, okay? One is the Robert Cohen's gold in Hong Kong, okay? And they are ready to do 200 metric ton ledger to ledger in metal ore, which is very simple.
Yeah, I know
the
that
gold doesn't
process.
have to be moved.
I know, Robert. Yeah,
Right.
the gold doesn't have to be moved. I understand that process 100%.
Okay.
The issue I have with taking the buyer forward to the Robert Cohen is I would need a Brinks quotation to ship the gold to Zurich. I don't want to move the gold. I don't want to ship the gold to Zurich, but I need a Brinks quotation because by Brinks providing a quotation tells me that my gold is real.
No. There is another,
real,
I tell you something else, Zaj. Okay, what Kevin has done is, Kevin Cody of Tradeco Inc., he sort of owns Brinks in a way because they've got fantastic relationship with Brinks, okay? He does everything with Brinks. And simply when I'm selling a Mitsubishi gold, currently I have 21 metric ton lying in Mitsubishi warehouse, and I'm trying to conclude that transaction. So now Kevin has enhanced that procedure, okay? He said, okay, if Brinks certifies the quantity and quality of the gold available in Mitsubishi, I'm willing to buy. And based on that, I have signed the contract. But now, now what has happened is this, okay? They have become a little more tougher, and I like that procedure better now. And that procedure is that, okay, don't worry about banks. Don't worry about Brinks. We don't want Brinks to know what we are doing. We also don't want banks to know what we are doing, okay? We have an account with metal ore, all right? And any gold seller, who has that quantity of gold should have an account with metal ore. If they don't, we will help them open the account in metal ore, all right?
Fine.
So what happens is this.
We can still do that provided the POP comes first.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, what is the process? Okay, I give you the process. Process is this, okay? We can work with Robert Cohen. We can work with anybody, any gold seller, okay? I have an opportunity now in UK, okay? Greg and I, we discussed last year, basically, almost a year ago, of incorporating our company, SAMS TQLMA Global, as an FDI company in UK, okay? Because currently so many things are going on, and as a foreign direct investment company with a startup New York kind of incentives, we can get the incentives from the government to solve the COVID-19 problems and number of issues which is happening with currently in the rebuilding of the economy. So I mean, all those incentives are being provided. Now, I have a gentleman who is an IT specialist. He actually came to UK, got married, all right? And sometimes the marriage relationship doesn't work out, okay?
Sure.
So after getting married, they didn't get along, and now, that marriage has resulted in a divorce, all right? Unfortunately. So now actually that gentleman, that's a young boy, Ali Nasir is, son of my friend. And now his visa is expiring in November, okay? The marriage visa. So now he was asking me that, okay, this, hotshot lawyer in United Nations, and she's basically a UK lawyer. And can you, ask her to help me out, okay, with the whole process? So I said, well, I mean, there is not a problem at all. I mean, we can do that. And then, a solution has been arrived at that, okay, there is an entrepreneurship visa available, okay? And anybody who brings in the foreign direct investment into UK can get the entrepreneurship visa. I said, good. I want to incorporate my company as a foreign direct investment company. I can bring in money into UK. We set up the company. And the beautiful part is this, okay, that his uncle, is a plastic surgeon in London, in UK. All right. A very hotshot plastic surgeon, and the kind of money the plastic surgeon makes, and this guy is a social entrepreneur also, Dr. Danish, So now what we are trying to do is this: incorporate the company, which is already in the process. And I told them, okay, this is the business plan. This is what we are interested in doing. Incorporate the company. So we save on taxes, basically, in all the transactions which we do. And this money which we are getting accumulated from all the doctors and everybody else investing into our program. So I said, well, I need the money for 200 metric ton of this bullion transaction. The money gets into our bank account, in our company bank account, with your uncle who is providing the money becomes a director in the company. So the money is there, it's in our control. It's not going anywhere. So that becomes a proof of fund. And then, we can move forward with Robert Cohn's transaction and, the money is ours. All the profits will come in as a foreign direct investment. And then UK will become a base. From UK, our funds, which we are accumulating as a climate smart fund, SAMS Climate Smart Fund, that fund will then actually finance all our global projects of setting up the Wheel of Life Farm School.
This
and
sounds interesting. When you get to the point of, wanting to move forward in terms of a POF, let me know. But in terms of Robert Cohen, let me think about it, because we do know Robert.
Yes. Just confirm that. Okay, now I got a confirmation. Why I'm still working with Robert Cohen when his name appears in the scammers list and everything like that. He's a good friend. No, he's a very good friend now. We are not sort of now business associates, but he has become a very good friend also now. Okay. So now, and other thing which happened is this, that Kevin Cody, who is my biggest buyer, who has signed a 5,300 metric ton contract. He simply said, Mufaddal, when Robert Cohen gives me a green signal, that okay, the 200 metric ton is now in metal ore. Mufaddal has provided the proof of fund. Okay, we do the transaction in 2 hours. It's finished. You are buying at 6% net.
Let me think about this, and I will come back to you.
Okay.
So that's very good, and it's really good to meet you. If you're in the UK,
same here. Just show me your profile, and whatever we can do collectively. All the engineers, all the guys from UK, everywhere, we are transporting everybody to Saskatchewan, Canada. We are building this 3 months project is there. We are building the climate smart communities over there, to house all the homeless, global homeless, because that is a
very good thing to do.
Huge project, okay? Huge project. Everybody is interested in now participating in the project because everybody is worried about COVID-19. And that unless these people are taken care of, the COVID-19 will not leave us.
No, absolutely.
It's an urgent matter.
100%.
And we would like all businesses to participate in it. And our model is this, okay? All the engineers, I've got 50,000 engineers in Pakistan, which are unemployed. And according to my global executive MBA program, which we have developed, the Climate Smart Entrepreneurship, our model is this, that engineers will become a millionaire in 53 months by working on this project, because, the climate smart food business is a $7 trillion a year business now.
Perfect. I must go because I have a 4 o'clock call, but really good to meet you. And hopefully we can continue the conversation and chat soon.
Sure thing. Do that, enjoy, pleasure meeting you. And, now, idea is this, okay? Whatever quantity of gold which is available out there with any seller, okay? The seller can keep the custody of the gold, okay? The custody is his, okay? Once the money, we sign a contract with the seller. Once the money is transferred into his account, then only the ownership gets transferred. Because, we have developed this blockchain.
Let me think about that, and I'll come back to you.
Please do. All right.
Thanks.
Pleasure meeting you. Thanks for your time. And we move forward.
No, thank you.
We move forward. Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Sure thing. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Okay.
So Greg, now let's see whether you can meet with Ali. Okay, Ali Nasser. Our original plan. Okay, our original plan still valid, because we want to really transport all the gold from Africa, not through Brinks. Okay.
Yeah.
I have got now a project for you. Okay. I'm already setting up a company in Kenya. Okay. SAMS TQLMA Global Kenya. I will share the, and then the project is this. Your aircraft, right? Should go to Nairobi. Okay. I have got at least now, 3 metric ton gold ready to be shipped, available in stock in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And we want to ship this gold to Metalor, Tokyo.
Tokyo, okay.
That's it. So 3 metric ton is not a small quantity, okay?
No, it's a reasonable amount.
Arrange a private aircraft, okay? We say, okay, we are going to be taking care of this particular part. And there is another gentleman who is selling me 500 kilograms per month. Currently, they have 500 kilogram available. We can accommodate that also into this aircraft, and then conclude that contract. We are signing, setting up an FDI company in Nairobi also, so we will save on the tax amount. Okay, so we legally and pay the taxes and everything, and then the transportation happens through our aircraft and through your company. Your company already exists, right? I mean, so we don't need to form another company. You simply give me a quotation now, your quotation from your company, okay, that this transaction of 3 metric ton transportation from Nairobi airport to Tokyo, how much will it cost?
Okay,
that's it. And we are done. I mean, we can conclude the transaction today. There's no issue at all.
All right, I will get into that and get back to you as soon as possible. Just to let you know
else is available?
Basically we've got, again, 200 metric tons at 10.7. This is through Jazz and Ralph. You've met Jazz. And it's absolutely 100%. This is from the elders. So there's a limitless amount. There's so much available behind it.
Wonderful.
But they're 200 metric tons. We've also got another very good one. Same price, I think. Yeah, same price. But they start off at 5 metric tons. Okay. But again, 7% net. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
7% net. But they're good because and they operate from some guys I know. Jazz knows them as well. They are super professional, very, very good. 5 metric tons, and it's a teaser. It's basically a teaser.
Okay.
So people then go back and get 100, 200, 1,000, whatever they want.
Wonderful.
So
let's start with 5 metric ton. If that 5 metric ton can be transported to Metalor, okay, I will delight Kevin and tell him that, okay, 5 Metalor is in Metalor, Hong Kong. Conclude the transaction.
I will check that.
So out of 5,300 metric ton, I gave him 500, 5 metric ton to start with. So that will be Metalor, Hong Kong. Give me the proof of product, and we do ledger to ledger there immediately.
Okay, I will check my facts on that one.
Please do.
And lastly, how much involvement do you have with PPPs, private placement programs?
PPP. I mean, we can look into all of those things, Greg, but now what we are trying to do is this, okay? Most of the waste associated with most of these programs, I'm trying to eliminate them, okay? And now, why we are doing this? Because of this, unique invention. All the people are, engaged in Bitcoins and blockchain currency. Banks are finishing, so there is no need for banks anymore. So all the banks are worried now. So what we have done is this. Okay, the solution which we have developed is this one, that fine, I'm not interested in currency. I'm not interested in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a big scam. It's a Japanese scam, so we don't want to do that. All right. No. I am simply selling gold.
Okay.
Gold is gold, correct? Now.
Yes.
Now.
But let me interrupt there 1 second.
Okay.
The PPPs that we've got access to now, I've been waiting 3 years to find the right company, and we finally got them. If you had 100 metric tons of gold sitting in a vault or a depository somewhere,
okay,
we can trade that on a PPP The difference with us, we've now working with an asset manager who's got the key to the door to the top trades, and we usually only work with tier 1 banks, AAA rated.
Okay.
In obviously a jurisdiction, a tier 1 jurisdiction. The money or the gold never leaves your account.
I know.
Ever.
Right.
And it's officiated by the FCA or the Singaporean Monetary Authority or whatever else. And the profits are far in excess of gold.
Okay.
Total security, zero risk. And one of the programs, one of the ones we like at the moment, for instance, there's a bullet trade. They call it a bullet trade. It's 14 days. Put 100 million in, you get 250 million out 14 days later, and then can put another 100 million in and get 250 million 14 days after that. That can then go into a full trade, into a large trade. One of the best ones we've got at the moment is with DBS, which is, as you know, a lovely bank in a lovely jurisdiction.
Okay.
100 million, and without going into it equals 3 billion after 40 weeks for investor.
Wonderful.
It's huge.
Wonderful.
But as I said, as I reiterate, the asset manager that we found, their unique point is that they've been doing this 30 years. They've got the ear of the best banks in the world. They speak to them on a daily basis, and their files will be submitted and go top of the pile. So we're really, really lucky. These guys, because they're just, you know, somebody does a black ink signature instead of a blue ink signature, it goes in the bin. You know, the desks just don't have time to mess about at the moment. They're so busy.
So now,
this would be a great way.
My recommendation, I like it. Actually, I was introduced exactly what you introduced me now. You remember this consortium buyers, right? In Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jazz has introduced them also. Jazz is representing them. You know, Jans is, representing them also in Hamburg. I know the owners directly, all right? And Mr. Zumursky, who is representing that consortium, told me that Mufaddal, just conclude 200 metric ton transaction, transport the gold from Mitsubishi to, Zurich airport, okay? I mean, 1 day payment, nothing is wrong with that. But unfortunately, we were not able to conclude that transaction at that time because, our seller was demanding proof of fund. Okay, and these people, the consortium, don't do any of those things. Then what happened was, I had a big fight with, Zumursky also. He lined up everything because, Qasim agreed that yes, this transaction can go on, the 200 metric ton will be shipped and everything is ready. And, Mr. Zumursky lined up everybody, assayers and everything to receive in the weekend. And then Qasim comes up and says that, okay, the seller wants proof of fund, okay, before we can ship. So I told, Mr. Zumursky, that this is happening. Why don't you fly with your team? Okay. Why don't you fly with your team to Tokyo? Okay. And pick up the gold, assay the gold and pick it up. Make the payment right there. Instead of doing it in the Loomis warehouse in Zurich, the team is there. Everybody is there. It's just the switching of the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. You fly to Zurich, Tokyo, go to the Mitsubishi warehouse, and the response was terrible. Okay. But it was a very reasonable. No, it was a very reasonable offer. But what? What these people told me is this. Okay. And that was a little worrisome for me. And but he said, okay, Mufaddal, if everybody in the world is coming to Zurich in my home, in the comfort of my home, giving me the gold, why in the hell I would go out of my home and waste my time in a foreign land? I don't know these Japanese, I mean, it's a huge business. What kind of security you are offering? And I think his point was very valid. You can do the transaction in a business in a safety and security of your home. You don't want to go and do the business in Africa or Tokyo or anybody else, because gold business is not secure. There are a lot of risk involved, and people can lose life. So he advised me, please, Mufaddal, don't do that. All right. Brinks is available. Loomis is available. They can provide and transport the gold securely to a very safe location. And then you do that. And then now I'm coming back to your point about this PPP. He mentioned that to me. Mufaddal, your commission for the 200 metric ton, you know, which was like 1%. All right. And he says, well, your commission in UBS, which you are going to get from this transaction, I will transfer them into that $1 trillion you are looking for. And then he introduced me to this, exactly the same program. Okay. This is what I do. We don't resell the gold. We use the gold for our, you know, these trading platforms. And then, you know, this is the kind of money you can make. All right.
Phenomenal. We've
it's
got
phenomenal. Now,
I've got a deal going through at the moment.
My question to you is this, okay? Trading platform does the trading, right? They do the trading, right?
We only use bank trades.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Okay, now, I will share another video with you. Okay. Today I'm going to share that. A very good friend of mine, okay, Peter's video is there. And he has described the kind of, you know, agenda the banks has, okay, and the way they control everybody, right? And this PPP is one of the ways of the banks to control the asset of the world, okay, by offering them something like this, all right? So that asset gets accumulated and remains in their control. Because look at it, like the money which we are talking about, my $100 million stays in the bank, or my gold stays in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay? And then they use my gold to exploit 7 billion people. Okay. I mean, I'm giving you a higher picture, okay?
Yeah.
Because I got that higher picture from some of the very high-end people I'm working with now, okay? Which are above and beyond Bill Gates, okay? Bill Gates cannot think about, you know, the kind of thing I'm talking about, okay? And I know who controls Bill Gates, okay? I know who controls them, okay? There's a small, nice family in, you know, sitting in Israel, okay? And he's the only trillionaire of the world today, right? And I have refused him Mitsubishi Gold, all right? He came to me also, you know, through one of our, you know, brokers, and sitting in London, basically, you know, through the C4H people.
Right.
You know, so it happened to me, and then we refused. I said, well, I'm not going to be selling the gold to you. So now actually what we are talking about, Greg, is this, that if we focus our energy on the work which we are doing, okay, Wheel of Life, Farm School, Climate Smart Food, PPEs to solve the COVID-19 problem, okay, this is the agenda or the business which I'm talking about. A business which is going to be helping everybody out. Now I'll give you a plan, okay? And one of the plans. Today, a test has been announced, right?
Right.
COVID-19 test. It is going to be costing $5 per test.
Yeah.
Very, very cost-effective test, right?
Yeah.
So the proposal for doing this Saskatchewan project and for doing this world global project of building my sustainable communities, I've always, you know, people have always asked me where the money is going to come from. Okay. And I've always told them that, okay, 2 years ago also it was the same thing. Today that contract has been renewed by TradeCo, and everybody can calculate that, okay, Mufaddal is making 1%, all right? Because you know, we are buying the gold at, you know, 6% from Robert Cohen. The whole world knows Robert Cohen and his transaction. So everybody can verify very easily. I'm selling that gold with a contract officially signed to TradeCo Inc. and Aurora Resources at 5% net. So everybody can simply calculate the amount of 1% of revenue, right?
Yeah.
And when they calculate that amount, everybody bows down. Wow. So I said, that is a startup capital for doing the transaction. So now we are talking about, you know, a huge quantity, huge sum of money, 1% of, you know, this 5,300 metric ton transaction. Look at the amount. Okay. So now what is happening is this, Now, when I talk about this, that, okay, I want to really generate a capital of at least $35 billion. How much? $35 billion. How? I said, well, $5, right? The test of COVID-19, which all the residents of our planet today needs, to confirm that whether they have COVID-19 or not, okay, is $5. There are 7 billion people living on the face of the earth today, right? That's a population. Yeah. We are providing free tests to them. Free. The test is free. Whatever number of times you want to get this test is free. Okay, just $5. Become a member of TQLMA Club for $5. Okay, and this $35 billion will be used to build these communities, right, of sustainable communities in Saskatchewan, in Pakistan, in Kenya, in Uganda, because these are the countries I have in control of. I've already set up my companies over there. So now everybody becomes the owner of a home. Okay, we are selling from these Wheel of Life Farm School. We are selling food to everybody, because nobody can sell climate smart food at a price which I'm offering. Nobody can sell gold at 2% discount to ordinary people. No. Nobody. You cannot do it. Even jewelers cannot get it. Okay, a TT bar at 2% discount.
Just to let you know, Mafdal, I'm going to have to go and pick my son up in a second. He'll be waiting for me, so I'm going to have to.
Okay. So that is what I want you to focus on, Greg. We will look at all other programs, and what I'm actually offering you is this: whatever kind of profits are being offered by whatever trading platforms and trading program, we can beat them. Why I'm telling you we can beat them? Because already a lot of people have signed up for this PPP program.
Oh, it's very popular.
They have. It's a popular program, right? So if we are able to offer them better return on investment, okay, then the PPP program, then all that money comes to us. And we have a foolproof mechanism of doing it. Okay?
Right.
Making 7 billion people homeowners, providing them $7 trillion per year of food business, climate smart food business, right? So these are all disruptive things which we have done.
Yeah.
Nobody else can do that. So now that is what we are after. So actually we are competing with all the trading platforms which are available out there. I'm competing with them, right? I'm offering them better return on investment, guaranteeing it. And I tell you how. Okay, nobody in the world offers you 72% of your net profit. No organization in the world is offering that.
No one.
Nobody. Okay, no billionaire, no company today. I'm challenging everybody. They cannot, because their cost of operation is so high.
Yeah, okay? Absolutely.
I am a lean engineer. My cost of operation is low. I am very happy with the 28% of the net profit, and 7% is going for education and everything. So I'm keeping for my group only 21% and giving 72% to all the people who are actually putting in just $5.
Yeah.
So it's a benchmark ROI. Yeah. Again, everybody can, this is an open invitation, okay? Anyone out there who can provide a better return on investment than, SAMS TQLMA Global, I am going to be investing all my money over there. If they are operating a legal and ethical business. Open challenge. Indeed. Open challenge, okay?
Okay.
All the entrepreneurs of the world, come up with a legal and ethical business plan which offers 72% of the net profit to the investors. I will invest with them.
All right. Okay. No, that's a good cause to go.
Right? Nobody say, okay, it's an open challenge. Participate in the challenge. If you're looking for money to move your projects further, okay, and this is open to Elon Musk also. I like Elon Musk and all his electric cars, and I want to manufacture electric cars globally. To get rid of all the polluting cars, So the technology exists, everything exists. And if Elon Musk can offer me better than 72% of the profit, all my money goes over there.
That won't happen.
It will happen. So now it's an
Not from
open
him.
invitation, okay? Open
Not from him.
invitation. We go from there, okay?
Oh,
And
listen.
our driving force,
Yeah.
our driving force is all the gold you have with all the gold sellers. And you can tell them this, okay? That whatever money the gold seller has made before COVID-19, I can enhance their profits by 10%. Same program, okay? You keep the gold in your custody, in metal ore, in your ownership, okay? Now, in your ownership, okay? But now I have the exclusivity of selling that gold. We have signed a contract. The gold remains in their ownership in metal ore, and we will offer them the benchmark return for keeping their gold in their ownership in metal ore.
Right, gotcha.
Same PPP program, okay? 1 year.
Much better.
That's it. I'm not going to be moving it from there.
I don't want to be rude, but I am going to have to go because my son's going to be waiting on the curb. So.
Thank you very much.
Listen,
Nice.
lovely to see you again.
Now, what I'm going to do is this, okay? Work on the Nairobi immediately.
Yeah, I'll have a look
I need a quotation, okay? And help out these people, these guys, you know, Ali Nasir and Dr. Danish. Have a meeting with them and tell them that, okay, Mufaddal and ourselves, we are moving forward with these gold transactions. And this 200 metric ton money, which is going to be in HSBC London, will stay there, and we will be moving forward with our project.
Right.
Okay, so we can start moving forward with all the 7% net transaction and everything else, you know, because everyone needs proof of fund, right? So this proof of fund is now will be available to us in, you know, in HSBC London, and immediately.
I'm going to have to go. I'm getting messages from my ex-wife. All right.
Okay. All right.
Take care. I'll speak to you soon, though.
Pleasure.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.